the highly venomous wolf spiders start to look for the closest high point. And if you're picking the berries, that's you.
Oh, f off. All the way off. All right, man, look, it's time for some Australia. We're gonna just look at some of the things that's going on in Australia. Shout out Morpars. It's been a little minute. It's been like a month and a half since we reacted to some Morpars shorts. So let's check it out. Let's see what he's got for us. Something is hiding in this pond.
This pond is hiding something scary. No, not that. It's worse. You see, these are cranberries, a small red fruit used in juice, sauces, and even alcohol. However, unlike many fruits which grow in...
Oh, I think I know what he's about to talk to us about. Chat, did y'all know that... you know what? I'm not going to tell you. You're just going to watch.
Luscious green fields. Cranberries? Yeah, cranberries grow in a fucking swamp. However, sharing a postcode with Shrek doesn't exempt cranberries from pest control issues. But rather than dumping enough toxic chemicals on the cranberry bog to qualify it as a League of Legends lobby, cranberry farmers decided to use a more interesting form of pest control. Fucking wolf spiders. That's right. In order to prevent a horde of bugs from devouring these innocent cranberries, our brave hell spiders are deployed to the field to protect against the horde. Which works great. Until they flood the fields to harvest the cranberries, at which point the highly venomous wolf spiders start to look for the closest high point. And if you're picking the berries, that's you.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck all the way off.
This shrimp has a gun. No, this isn't a Fortnite skin. This is a real fucking animal, and it's called the pistol shrimp. Now, unsurprisingly,
we learned about
being named after a firearm, of course it's fucking native to the United States of America.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck else do you think you're gonna find?
Okay, listen. America, we got a pistol shrimp, which is... it's valid. But Australia, though, like... apples and orange. Matter of fact, fucking mangoes in a grape. Okay, y'all are up here when it comes to animals. We're just, you know what I'm saying? The fa shrimp, the Swiss cheese shrimp. You know what I'm saying?
However, they can actually be found expressing their Second Amendment rights over the majority of the globe too. Now, coming in at a huge 2 inches, it is not the size of his body that makes him special.
Chat, how many of y'all can relate? Matter of fact, don't tell me. Whatever you got, you know, be proud of that.
But the caliber of the big iron on his hip. Or should I say big claw?
Now, why would you do that?
That oversized right pinch.
That's a claw? I thought this was another shrimp. God damn. That's his fucking claw? GG's.
Isn't just because he forgot to, you know, switch hands while doing homework.
Okay, buddy.
No, mate, that claw is basically fucking Mega Man's arm cannon. But last I checked, they can't call in an ammo resupply under the sea. So how does the claw become a gun? The answer is bubble. You see, these bad boys hunt smaller shrimp, and they start that hunt by jumping off the fucking battle bus and looking for prey. Once they get within effective range, they will literally cock their claw like the hammer on a revolver. Oh my God. Weapon ready, they line up the shot, take aim, and...
that's... wow, hold on.
Take aim, and...
yo, that is... look at how it just dies.
Counter-terrorists win.
They snap their claws together so fucking fast, it causes an underwater vacuum, creating an explosive cavitation bubble hotter than the surface of the sun. This
Jesus.
bubble is then launched
I wonder if that can burn a human?
at the enemy at over 100k an hour. The
Damn.
bubble then connects with the smaller shrimp and flashbangs it. This either kills it outright or stuns it long enough to be consumed. Poor little fucker got quickscoped by phase shrimp.
Phase shrimp is okay.
This shrimp.
Like I said, phase shrimp.
Aussie farmers thought they were being attacked by aliens. But what
Okay.
was actually causing it is so much funnier. This is a wallaby. The kangaroos vertically challenged little cousin.
Okay. I was like, is that not a kangaroo? Makes sense. Makes sense.
Now, to get a little more specific, this is a Bennett's wallaby, native to my home state of Tasmania.
Your home state, Australian or Alabama. Okay.
And that location is very important to the story. Tassie is home to a lot of things. Beautiful views, a seal with a felony record, and the nut. However, one thing they tend to leave off the tourism brochures is drugs.
Huh?
Tasmania is the world's largest exporter of legal opium, the main ingredient in opioid painkillers like morphine, with this one tiny island producing 50% of
Yo.
global supply.
Wow. I didn't know that. God, 50% off this one little place?
Now, opium comes from poppy milk, and to get poppy milk, you need to milk poppies. And
Okay.
to produce that 50% of global supply, Tasmanian farmers grow huge fields of these things across the north of the state. However, because throwing these flowers into a crafting table gives you narcotics, these fields are legally required to be under extremely tight security. Which is
Okay.
why these same poppy farmers became extremely confused when crop circles showed up in the plant equivalent of a Town Hall 9 Clash of Clans base. They were understandably absolutely bewildered by this, and some people even thought it was aliens. So to figure out whether or not it was a Halo Elite drawing this they set up some cameras. And what they saw
So was it the shits getting, were they getting high?
was this little shit
Getting high.
breaking into the field, eating the milk-filled buds, getting absolutely eyed, and then hopping in circles until he passed the out. They thought the Covenant were invading,
Oh
and
my
it was
God.
a drink-driving wallaby.
Nigga made crop circles. Nigga was too high. Oh, hell no.
Australia just found a new shark. And of course, being from the land down under, it's fucking weird. Introducing the brand new Western
That's a fucking zombie.
Australian lantern shark. As the name suggests, discovered by a team of scientists off the coast of Western Australia. Now,
Literally
as with
Mad
the
Max.
overwhelming majority of weird shit in the ocean, the Ozempic shark here
Ozempic shark is crazy, but this, honestly, this is a regular fish to me. This a shark?
is found in the deep sea, sharing a postcode with the anglerfish, that one xenomorph shark, and Now, despite the word shark making most people think of something a little closer in size to, I don't know, Bruce, Slenderman's fish sonar over here only grows up to 30 centimeters. This little guy shares a weight class with a fucking foot long. But I mean, honestly, I still personally think 30 centimeters is way too big. He could be just as good as the other sharks if he was, let's just say 3 inches.
More parts. You got something you want to tell us?
However, other than being built like a fishy USB cable and owning a property in rock bottom, what makes him so weird? Simple. He fucking glows.
What?
But fucking why? Well, you see, these bad boys are found in the twilight zone of the ocean, around 1.2 kilometers below the surface.
Damn.
A place so fucking far down, it sees less sunlight than the inside of a gacha addict's room. And so, lantern sharks evolved bioluminescence on their gills and fins in order to fucking communicate with one another. The glow is the evolutionary equivalent of a fucking indicator, showing that
Niggas got turn signals.
a literal abyss shark is more intelligent than your average BMW driver.
Oh my god. Valid.
Australia, there is a competition in America where they vote on the fattest bear.
Type shit.
That's right, lads. Fuck the Super Bowl. I'm about to introduce you to the most important American sporting event of the year.
Talk to me.
Fat Bear Week. Hosted by the Katmai National Park and Preserve in Alaska every year from the 23rd to the 30th of September, the public watches as Winnie and Paddington fight it out to see who is the most absolute of units. And this year's highest calorie Kumamane has been crowned. But before that,
how big is he?
How the f does Fat Bear Week work? Simple. See, the event is held in the lead up to hibernation season, while all of these bears are at the peak of their bulk. Now, while it's running, the park allows the public to view live stream footage from all of their trail cams. These cameras capture all the park's brown bears, allowing us to observe Freddy's fat-ass cousins like we just got a job at fucking Fazbear Entertainment.
Talk to me.
Each bear caught on camera is assigned a number and occasionally a name. We, the people, then vote on the contestants day by day, pitting them against one another in a fucking single elimination tournament bracket, determining with our votes which bear most closely resembles a pyro commission.
God, yo, I ain't gonna lie, these some chunky boys. God damn.
Until one bear is crowned the victor. Now, you may think this is just some silly little event. But no, over the years, there has been fucking voter fraud, a manhunt for a missing hiker, and one year, the trail cams caught one contestant beating to death and eating another bear. But now, to answer the question you've all been waiting for, the winner of the 2025 Fat Bear Week
you, big chunk.
is 32 Chunk, winning with a broken jaw. They named that f***er after the render distance you need to load in his entire body at once. There is a...
That nigga big, bruh. I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. Fuck off.
Okay, so, as the Aussie animal guy, I feel like I might owe you an explanation for this one. That is a normal fucking Roo. No way. He is not Roosus Christ, he's not the second coming, and he's not gonna turn your water into wine. Alright, he might turn it into VB if you ask nice.
Get that up, yeah.
But if that's the case, how the f*** is he stealing the Son of God's passive? Well, the answer is fucking sand.
I don't like sand.
Yeah, you see, what's far more likely than a Roo being enchanted with water walking is that he's actually running on a sandbar. That is basically just a fancy description for ocean currents piling up a shitload of sand into one place, creating an offshore segment of the water that's not much deeper than a fucking kid's pool. Now, Roos know about sandbars, and they actually very frequently use them as a shortcut to get from A to B to find more food.
That's just crazy.
While it looks like Skippy here is stealing Jesus' entire fucking flow, he's actually on a Macca's mish.
Let me get a...
Okay.
This is the world's oldest shark.
We got a boom.
Yeah, you can tell. I can see that. We can all tell and see that.
But how old actually is it? This absolute fossil over here is the Greenland shark. And this may come as a shock to you, but the Greenland shark is found in fucking Greenland, man. And with Grandpa Shark here,
Grandpa Shark is crazy.
Kaiju-sized 6 meters in length and a literal fucking ton in weight.
Jesus.
This senior citizen probably worked with Godzilla back in his fucking day. But how senior is senior? Well, you might be expecting me to say something along the lines of, 100 years, maybe 150 years, right? Try higher. No,
Higher.
not 200. Close, but not 300
Damn.
either. No, the Greenland shark can live up to 500 fucking years. I don't think you understand how old that is. So, to put it in perspective, this is Bob. Bob has just turned 500.
This nigga was swimming around when fucking slaves was still. God damn.
Here is a list of things this has lived through. All 8 of King Henry's divorces. The invention of chocolate.
I remember when they first invented chocolate.
Shakespeare's entire lifespan. The Boston Tea Party. The signing of the Declaration of Independence
Jesus.
and the founding of the United States. The colonization of Australia. The Industrial fucking Revolution. The invention of the light bulb and adoption of electricity. The Titanic becoming a submarine. World War I. The Great Depression. World War II.
Jesus.
The Vietnam War. The fucking moon landing and the invention of the internet.
Oh my God.
The first episode of SpongeBob. Schlatt's crimes in 99. 2001. The invasion of Iraq. The global financial crisis. The death of Harambe. Australia catching fire. The virus. And it's still with us today to watch fucking TikTok. This is the...
That's fucking crazy.
I don't think you understand just how old sharks are.
We got a boomer.
See, I'm not just talking individual sharks. Hammerheads, Bruce from Nemo, Jeff.
Jeff, my boy. Not
Your
so much
average
on
shark
Jeff.
lives anywhere between 20 to 80 years.
Okay.
Nothing all that special. I'm talking sharks as a species. Because as a concept, sharks are fucking one-tricks. They have mained this class through every single balance adjustment Earth has thrown at them. From climate change, to the Ice Age, to that time God decided to punt a rock at Barney the dinosaur. Yeah, when it comes to prehistoric shark species, most people think of the megalodon. That big boy the size of a kaiju that was swimming around in the ocean around 26 million years ago. Which might sound like a long time, but as far as sharks go, this thing's a fucking zoomer. Go back around 250 million years to the early Triassic, before the literal dinosaurs, and you'll find Helicorpion, a shark with a buzzsaw for a mouth. 250 not far back enough for you? Go back around...
All they did was really change their jaw for real. That's it. Literally, that's it. Like, that's all they did.
300 million years, and you will find Adestus, the fucking pug shark. And if that is still not far back enough, you can go all the way back, right to the beginning, to the first recognizable shark, Doliotis problematicus, at 410 million years old. Sharks have existed for 4 times longer than Saturn has had rings. The first tree
No rings?
only sprouted out of the ground 385 million years ago. That means that for 25 million years, Groot's great-great-grandfather was sat in God's drafts while this chased Nemo.
The first Bruce. Okay, that shit is ugly. That shit look like it don't want, like it's having an existential crisis. They don't know if it want to be a shark or a fish.
Scientists just discovered a new fish.
Okay.
Looks fucking
What the fuck is that? That shit look like a bearded dragon, but fish. With a bigger head.
ridiculous. This is the bumpy snailfish.
They just ran out of names. They ran out of names. They ran out of individual names and individualism, and they just put 3 things together.
Freshly discovered species found off the coast of California. What makes this absolute specimen stick out is that it's a deep sea fish found at a depth of 3 kilometers.
God damn.
And I am here to tell you exactly why because once God finished building this thing, he took a step back, looked at it, realized exactly how fucking chopped it
That shit is ugly.
was, and punted that thing into the depths of the ocean where no one would ever see it again.
How are we finding these things?
However, thanks to the hubris of mankind, it is here before us today to take the piss out of.
Look at the top of his head.
I mean, fucking look at it. It is a profoundly unserious creature. I do not
Look at its
think a
mouth.
single fucking thought has ever spawned behind those eyes. Not to mention the fit on it. It looks like an aquatic, uncooked turkey with a fucking smiley face drawn on it. Coming in at a solid 3 inches in length. Bumpy here.
Now what? Now why did we do this here?
Face drawn on it. Coming in at a solid.
Why did we do this here?
3 inches in length. Bumpy here is not the only species of snailfish. There's others that look like this. However, unlike his cousins, God deemed it so that this poor little f***er would be built
Bumpy.
like a shaved testicle.
Oh
The
my
scientific term for a pair of these should be a sack. However,
Oh my
despite
God.
the fact that he looks like
This
a pair of these should be a sack.
That's nasty work. That's actually egregious.
Despite the fact that he looks like a sperm cell with a receding hairline.
Oh my god.
I love him. He's so cute. Look at that smile. That
Stop.
reminds me of Sackboy on the PS3. I know when they got his ass on camera, he looked at it and went,
You know, when you showed me up, you put some of the stuffing in the wrong places, so I'm a little f***ed up.
I'm a little
but when
fucked
you
up.
take care of the stuffing in the wrong places, so I'm a little f***ed up. But will you take care of me forever and ever?
scientists just discovered a new fish.
Oh my god,
This
bro.
crab is a boxer.
Oh my god.
Agree. That's right. Stepping into the ring at 0.15
What now, please?
grams and a huge 2.5 centimeters in length. It's the boxer crab. You see, while most crabs use their pinchers to feed and defend themselves, the boxer crab has instead elected to spec into CQC and throw fucking hands. And despite their completely average and not at all small size,
Hey. You got something you want to tell us, G? You got something you want to talk about?
this fucker fights in the heavyweight division, able to punch out hundreds of times its size. But how does
No
Nature's
way.
Little Mac win the fights? Well, that's pretty simple. He fucking cheats.
Oh,
You
he
see,
got
those little
poison.
pom-poms aren't a fashion choice.
Nigga said
those
pom-poms.
are both sea anemone that the boxer crab holds in its claws to use as basically fucking brass knuckles. Now, they get these anemones by finding other boxer crabs who have them, jumping them, and then claiming them like they are a fucking WWE top
No fucking shot is that something that happens.
anemone that the boxer crab holds in its claws to use as basically fucking brass knuckles. Now, they get these anemones by finding other boxer crabs who have them,
they're stealing their weapons, bro.
jumping them, and then claiming them like they are a fucking WWE title belt. Now, if you weren't aware, anemones are venomous plant-like animals that, in order not to get eaten, sting the shit out of anything that touches them. Boxer crabs are immune to that sting, but you bet your ass that everything
There's no way these niggas learn how to use weapons. They was like, yo, everybody else get fucked up by this. Let me grab two in my hand and start hitting niggas. What are we talking about?
that tries to eat the boxer crab isn't. So, the crab and the anemone enter into a symbiotic relationship, essentially becoming an aquatic venom, with the anemone getting some of the crab's food, and the crab gaining venomous brass knuckles. So, whenever a predator gets in the ring with Crab Tyson here, he'll wait for it to get just within striking range, and then...
Boom.
Mr. Squidward, I should kick your f***ing ass!
Oh my God.
This bird is a serial killer.
Jesus f***ing Christ, you're the Bay Harbor Butcher.
I really hate that name.
Introducing the Shrike, a group of feathery friends found all over the world, including the land down under. Now, at first glance, you may be thinking to yourself, how could this sweet little guy be a vicious killer? I mean, he's so tiny. They only grow up to around 30 centimetres and cap their weight out at 90 grams. And on top of being about as threatening as a fucking teddy bear, look at their claws. A shrike trying to end anything with its talons is like trying to stab a hippopotamus to death with a fucking pool noodle. Listen to the thing, it sings like it's on American Idol. It's a songbird, a branch geek. You'd never heard a fly. But I'm fucking onto you, Tweety.
You give me the fucking creeps, you know that, Dexter?
You may have everyone else fooled, but I know exactly what you are, because shrikes actually have another name. They're called fucking butcher birds.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, that's right. The Dexter jokes actually had a fucking point. Now, you see, when the Bay Harbor butcher bird wants to hunt, they first start by selecting a target.
Tonight's the night.
Now, unlike Dexter, their code tells them they can eat whatever the fuck they want. Insects, mice, fuck me, even lizard. And once they pick their meal, they wait for the right moment and swoop on it. Now, while those claws might be fucking useless, they do have a signature weapon. That tiny hook on the end of their beak. And once they land on their victim...
That is a nasty screenshot. Look at...
And once they land on their victim, they slide that hook into its neck, perfectly slotting between their vertebrae and severing their fucking spinal cord. But converting their prey into a vegetable isn't enough. No, 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 no. These sick fucks keep trophies. Once they have paralyzed their prey and shattered its spine, they will fly its corpse back to their larder, which is either a thorn bush or a fucking barbed wire fence. And once they get home, they fucking impale them. They will then leave that corpse there for days, occasionally biting chunks out of it, eating it like leftovers from the fucking fridge.
Oh my God.
Dexter collected blood slides. These fuckers create kebabs. This bird...
Oh, hell no.
A lot of people are scared of snakes. But have you ever wondered what snakes are scared of? The answer is this fucking bird. Introducing the secretary bird, native to the continent of Africa, and a prime example that being a hater pays off. Coming in at 1.3 meters tall and 4.27 kilos in weight, this lanky turkey has been purpose-built, nay, expertly fucking engineered by the gods themselves with the sole...
Bro, they be tap dancing on them motherfuckers.
...purpose of violating the ever-loving out of any garden hose that so much as looks at it the wrong way.
Jesus.
You see, these bad boys are birds of prey, but unlike their cousins in the same category, they are primarily terrestrial, which means they spend most of their time on the ground. This is because their preference for diet is sentient slithering sausages. However, with this thing being endemic to Africa, their preferred meal also just happens to include some of the deadliest predators on the fucking planet. Does this stop the secretary bird?
No. Fuck
no, mate. Despite having no natural venom resistance, these absolute giga chads will eat cobras, boom slangs, and black mambas without breaking a sweat.
Oh my God.
But how do they hunt these things without getting bitten? Simple. They just kick the fuck out of them.
Bro, that shit is so fucking funny.
You see, those long-ass legs aren't just for show, as a secretary bird is capable of accurately curb...
Yo, this is such a nasty Slick. Nigga said curb stomping snakes. Oh my god.
Stomping a snake's head into the ground with a force equal to 5 times their fucking body weight.
So when a secretary bird fancies a bite to eat, they start out by stomping the ground around dense vegetation. This causes snakes in the area to poke their heads out of their houses to see what the f is going on.
Yeah, who's causing all this ruckus? Little do you know, my nigga.
The snake then looks up in horror as the secretary bird locks onto him, sprints over at Mach 9, and then... A lot of people are scared of snakes.
Oh my god, man. I ain't gonna lie, I love learning about animals, bro. And a comedic way to do it is always great. Shout out more Pars, man. Great fucking shorts, bro.